When we set out to make a movie like Wish, we always think about making it timeless but also timely. Yeah, and we are very conscious of all of the audiences today and the world that we're living in and the challenges that we have and it just felt right to create a movie about hope, about wishing, about not only having a wish in your heart, but also having the courage to go and pursue it no matter what the obstacles may be.
Tudo começou
Desafios no caminho, mas tudo que vier vão encarar.
com um desejo.
Desejo só.
Hi, Juan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's nice to meet you.
I'm good. Thank you so much. It's such a huge pleasure to be here with you as well. Congratulations on Wish.
Oh,
What
thank you.
what a beautiful movie. It celebrates Disney 100 years legacy, which is like such a huge landmark. I wanted to know from you, how does it feel to be able to release this movie in such an important year for Disney company?
It's a huge responsibility, but it's also a huge honor. You know, when we started working on this movie back in 2018, when Jennifer Lee, our chief creative officer, really wanted to celebrate this landmark, but tell it with an original story. So we started to look into the DNA of Disney and Disney animation and what it really meant to all of us. And words like joy and hope and wishing on a star started to go to the forefront and turning this into a love letter to Disney animation really became our true north.
Oh, I love what you said about making this a love letter, because it gave me goosebumps the minute you said it. Because I'm a Disney kid. I grew up watching Disney movies. Pinocchio is by far my favorite Disney animation. And we see that the whole thing of wishing upon a star is a huge thing here in Wish. Please tell me a little bit about that, this connection between Wish with also Pinocchio, how this movie pays a homage to this classic icon, which is Pinocchio.
As I was telling you, we're looking at the DNA of Disney, and one thing that we did is we printed an image from each one of the classics and put it up in boards in a room around us. And it was kind of there inspiring us all the time. And with Pinocchio in particular, and Snow White, the other element that we had for this movie was that it's a fairy tale. And we wanted to honor the look of the past, but while also pushing it to the future. And it felt really genuine to look at the look of Snow White and Pinocchio in particular with those beautiful watercolor backgrounds. And bring that element into the look of the movie while also working with our technology team to make sure that it felt new and fresh. But yeah, wishing on a star is just such an iconic thing, and we knew that that needed to be our movie.
And you were talking about the colors and the aesthetic of the movie. It's very beautiful. It's also very classic, very Disney in the 50s, in the 60s. Tell me about this choice you guys had to make this movie look a lot more like the classic ones from the Disney.
It definitely came from that idea of the fairy tale of it all. For us, story always guides all of the decisions. So because it was celebrating the 100th anniversary and because it was this classic fairy tale, it made sense to look at the past and Snow White and Pinocchio with the watercolor look of the movie, and then also bring in that CG element, you know, that our technology team worked so hard to create.
And you were saying that this movie is a connection between the past and the future of Disney company. Tell me a little bit about that, how this movie projects the future of the Disney animation industry.
When we set out to make a movie like Wish, we always think about making it timeless but also timely. Yeah, and we are very conscious of all of the audiences today and the world that we're living in and the challenges that we have, and it just felt right to create a movie about hope, about wishing, about having a wish in your heart, but also having the courage to go and pursue it no matter what the obstacles may be. and the world just needs a movie that's about joy and hope right now, I think. And having elements like the music and all of those things really help as well.
I'm totally with you on that. We really need more hopeful movies. And I also wanted to know from you, which is the biggest lesson that the audience can take from Wish as soon as they get out of the movies?
Definitely hoping that people come out of this movie with the concept that whatever that wish, that deep desire that they have in their heart, it's worth pursuing, because sometimes we decide to forget it or put it away in a box, and so reclaim it, have the courage to say it out loud and own it, and then going on and pursue it, because it's gonna be difficult, because it always is, but it's at the end of the day it's worth it, and I hope people come out with that feeling.
I loved your answer. Thank you so much, Juan. It was such a pleasure to be able to talk to you. Once again, congratulations. This is a beautiful landmark. Thank you so much.
No, of course, and I just wanted to remind you all that it's gonna be exclusively in theaters for a long period of time, and that's the way that it was made, to be seen in theaters. So I invite everyone to go watch it there.